Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to talk about something that many of us face, yet rarely do we discuss openly: how to emotionally detach from someone. This isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about finding the strength to protect our peace, rediscover our wholeness, and honor our boundaries. It's about self-preservation. First, let's start with something crucial: acknowledge the power of your emotions. Emotions are powerful, sometimes consuming forces. They can make us feel bound to people, even when we know deep down it's time to let go. But here's what I want you to remember: you have the power to guide those emotions. Don't ignore them. Don't judge yourself for feeling them. Instead, give yourself permission to face them head on. Only by recognizing our emotions can we begin to manage them. Now let's talk about boundaries. Setting clear boundaries is not just about keeping others at arm's length. It's about creating a space where you're safe, whole, and centered. Emotional detachment requires you to put yourself first in a meaningful way. Draw a line that preserves your energy and protects your heart. Next, embrace self-compassion. Detaching from someone, especially someone you once felt close to, is no easy task. You might feel guilty, even afraid. You might question your decision. But remember, showing yourself kindness in these moments is the key to moving forward with grace. Be gentle with yourself, forgive yourself for any mistakes, and know that you're learning through it all. Then shift your focus to self-growth. This is your moment to invest in yourself. Take this energy and channel it toward things that nourish your soul, be it learning something new, diving into your passions, or connecting with people who uplift you. Growing into who you're meant to be is one of the best ways to move forward. And lastly, stay committed to your inner peace. Detaching from someone doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're choosing to protect your heart, your mind, and your spirit. It means you're choosing relationships that elevate you, not ones that drain you. Because when you choose peace, you're choosing yourself. So as you embark on this journey, remember that you're never alone. Embracing detachment is an act of courage, a step toward liberation. And you deserve that peace, you deserve that freedom. And above all, you deserve a life that brings you joy. Emotions are powerful forces. They have the ability to lift us to our highest heights, yet they can also hold us in places of deep vulnerability and attachment. When it comes to detaching from someone, acknowledging these emotions is often the first step, and for many, the hardest. It requires honesty with ourselves, which can be uncomfortable. We have to look inward and admit what we're feeling, whether it's sadness, love, anger, or even a sense of loss. Emotions, particularly those tied to relationships, can sometimes blur our vision. They create bonds that feel unbreakable, memories that seem permanent, and a sense of loyalty that can keep us holding on, even when we know it's time to let go. But to detach healthily, we must first accept that these emotions are part of us. They're not something to dismiss or ignore. The truth is, our emotions aren't weaknesses. They don't make us fragile, they make us human. When we acknowledge the depth and complexity of what we feel, we honor our experience, our history, and the connection we once shared with someone. This process of acknowledgement allows us to sit with our feelings, not to indulge them, but to understand them. It's about saying, yes, I am feeling this. I am sad, hurt, or conflicted, and that's okay. This acknowledgement is a step toward emotional clarity. By allowing ourselves to fully experience our emotions, we strip away the layers of confusion, denial, or resistance that can cloud our hearts. We no longer have to pretend we're fine if we're not, or push down our feelings in hopes that they'll go away. Instead, we face them with courage. It's in this space of acknowledgement that we gain control. Emotions don't have to run our lives, they're simply there to guide us. When we acknowledge them without judgment or shame, we learn to observe them rather than react impulsively. This can help us understand the root of our attachment and what it's really about. Sometimes we realize our attachment isn't to the person, but to the memories, the comfort, or even the hope of what could have been. Other times we uncover deeper insecurities, fears of abandonment, or the longing to feel valued and seen. Acknowledgement is what brings these truths to light, allowing us to start healing from a place of self-awareness. In the end, acknowledging the power of our emotions is a choice to embrace vulnerability and self-compassion. It's a choice to see ourselves fully, with all of our complexities, and to give ourselves the grace to feel without judgment. This is the foundation of true detachment, the understanding that we are capable of honoring our emotions without becoming bound by them. When we recognize our feelings as visitors, rather than as permanent residents of our hearts, we can begin to let go of what no longer serves us, making space for the peace and freedom we truly deserve. Setting clear boundaries is a transformative step in the process of emotional detachment. It's not merely about saying no or creating distance, it's an intentional act of self-preservation that reflects self-respect and self-love. When we establish boundaries, we're defining what is acceptable and what is not in our interactions with others, and this empowers us to take control of our emotional landscape. At the heart of setting boundaries lies the understanding that we have the right to protect our emotional well-being. This recognition is crucial because in relationships we can sometimes lose sight of our needs in favor of someone else's. We may feel compelled to accommodate others, even when it comes at the expense of our own peace. Setting boundaries means acknowledging that our feelings, our time, and our energy are valuable and deserving of respect. It's about declaring to ourselves and to others that our well-being is paramount. The process of defining boundaries often starts with reflection. We must take the time to understand what we need, what makes us feel safe, what causes us discomfort, and what behaviors we find unacceptable. This requires introspection and honesty. Perhaps there are specific triggers or actions that leave us feeling drained or anxious, and it's essential to identify these factors. By tuning into our feelings, we can better articulate what we need from the relationship. This clarity is empowering. It gives us the tools to communicate effectively and assertively. Once we have identified our boundaries, the next step is communication. It's important to convey our needs clearly and directly without ambiguity. This can be challenging, especially if we fear that the other person might react negatively. Yet effective communication is a vital aspect of setting boundaries. It's about being honest and forthright, sharing our thoughts and feelings without blame or accusation. Instead of saying, "You always make me feel bad," we might express, "I feel overwhelmed when our conversations focus on negative topics. I need to take a step back." This approach maintains respect for both ourselves and the other person, allowing for a healthier dialogue. Setting boundaries also involves consistency. It's not enough to state what we need once and expect it to be respected. We must reinforce our boundaries over time, especially if they are tested. This can feel daunting, but it's a necessary part of the process. When we stand firm in our boundaries, we send a powerful message that we value ourselves and our emotional health. If someone repeatedly disregards our boundaries, it's a signal that we may need to reassess the relationship's dynamics. Are we willing to accept behavior that contradicts our well-being? By remaining steadfast, we reinforce our commitment to ourselves, allowing for a more empowered and intentional way of living. It's also essential to recognize that setting boundaries is not about shutting others out, it's about creating a healthy space for ourselves. This space allows for more authentic relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. When we're clear about our limits, we create an environment where others can also express their needs. It fosters open communication and encourages healthier dynamics, reducing resentment and misunderstandings. Finally, setting clear boundaries doesn't mean we won't feel guilty or anxious about it. It's natural to worry about how others will react, especially if we've been conditioned to prioritize others' feelings over our own. However, it's vital to remember that guilt is often a sign of our growth. It signals that we're stepping out of our comfort zone and embracing our right to prioritize our emotional health. Each time we assert our boundaries, we strengthen our sense of self and reinforce the belief that we deserve to be treated with respect and care. In conclusion, setting clear boundaries is an essential and courageous act of self-love. It empowers us to take control of our emotional health and fosters healthier relationships. By defining and communicating our limits, we not only protect ourselves but also create the opportunity for more authentic connections. It's a journey of self-discovery, courage, and commitment to our own well-being, reminding us that we are worthy of love that respects our boundaries and nurtures our spirit. Embracing self-compassion is a crucial and transformative aspect of emotional detachment. It's an invitation to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a dear friend who is struggling. When we find ourselves in the difficult position of needing to detach from someone, it's easy to slip into self-judgment and criticism. We may grapple with feelings of guilt or shame, questioning our worth or the validity of our emotions. Yet self-compassion allows us to break free from this cycle, offering a path toward healing and acceptance. Self-compassion starts with recognizing that suffering and struggles are part of the human experience. It acknowledges that everyone faces challenges, feels pain, and navigates the complexities of relationships. In moments of heartache or confusion, reminding ourselves that we are not alone in our struggles can be incredibly comforting. This shared experience of humanity helps us to understand that our feelings are valid and deserving of compassion. Rather than viewing ourselves as isolated in our pain, we can see that it is a universal aspect of life. When we cultivate self-compassion, we create a safe space within ourselves to feel our emotions fully. Instead of suppressing feelings of sadness or anxiety, we allow ourselves to experience them without judgment. It's about saying to ourselves, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be hurt. This acknowledgement can be profoundly liberating. By embracing our emotions rather than running from them, we give ourselves permission to heal. We are not trying to push our feelings away or diminish their importance. We are honoring our experiences as essential parts of our journey. Self-compassion also involves reframing our internal dialogue. Many of us have a critical voice that can be harsh and unforgiving, especially during times of difficulty. When we recognize this inner critic, we can choose to respond with a more compassionate and nurturing voice. Instead of saying, I should have handled this better, we might shift to, I did the best I could with the knowledge and resources I had at the time. This simple change in perspective can make a significant difference in how we feel about ourselves and our circumstances. It encourages a sense of understanding and forgiveness, allowing us to move forward without the weight of self-blame. Additionally, self-compassion encourages us to take care of our physical and emotional needs. When we're compassionate toward ourselves, we prioritize self-care. This might mean engaging in activities that bring us joy, seeking support from friends or loved ones, or simply taking time for ourselves to recharge. It's about listening to our needs and responding with kindness. We might find solace in creative pursuits, mindfulness practices, or even just spending time in nature. Whatever form it takes, nurturing ourselves helps us to reconnect with our inner strength and resilience. Furthermore, embracing self-compassion fosters resilience. When we treat ourselves with kindness during tough times, we build a foundation of emotional strength that allows us to bounce back more easily. We learn that setbacks are not failures, but rather opportunities for growth and learning. This mindset shift empowers us to face challenges with greater confidence, knowing that we have the capacity to handle whatever comes our way. The journey of self-growth begins with a commitment to understanding who we are beyond the relationship. It's an opportunity to reconnect with our passions, interests, and aspirations that may have been overshadowed during our time with that person. We can ask ourselves meaningful questions. What do I truly enjoy? What are my dreams? What values do I want to embody? This period of reflection allows us to rediscover our individuality, often revealing aspects of ourselves that may have been neglected. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery, it's essential to explore new activities and experiences that ignite our curiosity and enthusiasm. This might involve taking up a new hobby, diving into a creative pursuit, or even traveling to new places. Each of these endeavors serves as a reminder that life is full of possibilities, and there is so much to explore beyond the confines of a past relationship. Engaging in activities that bring us joy fosters a sense of fulfillment and allows us to reclaim our narrative. It reinforces the idea that we can create a vibrant life independent of someone else's presence. Additionally, self-growth invites us to cultivate new skills and knowledge. This might mean pursuing educational opportunities, attending workshops, or simply reading books that inspire us. When we invest in our learning, we not only expand our horizons, but also boost our confidence. Knowledge becomes a source of empowerment, reminding us that we are capable of achieving our goals and evolving into the individuals we aspire to be. This intellectual curiosity fuels our desire for growth and opens doors to new possibilities we may never have considered. Moreover, as we focus on self-growth, we can also take the time to evaluate our emotional patterns and behaviors. Reflecting on our past relationships helps us identify recurring themes, such as the types of attachments we form or the ways we communicate. This introspection is not about blaming ourselves, but rather about understanding how we can foster healthier dynamics in the future. It encourages us to break free from old patterns, learn from our experiences, and make conscious choices that align with our values. By examining our emotional responses and triggers, we can cultivate a greater sense of emotional intelligence, allowing us to navigate future relationships with more awareness and clarity. Self-growth also emphasizes the importance of cultivating resilience. As we detach from someone, we may face challenges that test our emotional strength. However, viewing these challenges as opportunities for growth can reshape our perspective. Each hurdle we overcome teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves and reinforces our capacity to handle adversity. This resilience becomes a powerful tool in our self-growth arsenal, reminding us that we can rise above our circumstances and emerge stronger. Additionally, as we focus on self-growth, it's essential to surround ourselves with supportive influences. This could mean seeking out friends and family who uplift us or engaging with communities that share our interests and values. Positive relationships play a significant role in our development, providing encouragement and inspiration as we navigate our journey. When we surround ourselves with people who champion our growth, we create an environment where we can thrive, feel seen, and validated. It's also important to remember that self-growth is not a linear journey. It's filled with ups and downs, triumphs and setbacks. Embracing this reality allows us to practice self-compassion, understanding that growth takes time and patience. There will be moments when we may feel lost or discouraged, and that's okay. Acknowledging our feelings and allowing ourselves to experience them without judgment is part of the process. Each step we take, no matter how small, contributes to our overall growth and healing. Finally, shifting focus to self-growth empowers us to redefine our future. As we cultivate new habits, build our confidence, and deepen our understanding of ourselves, we become architects of our own lives. We can set new goals and aspirations that reflect our true desires and values. This proactive approach to our growth allows us to envision a future filled with possibility, reminding us that we have the power to create the life we want, free from the limitations of past relationships. In summary, shifting our focus to self-growth during the process of emotional detachment is a transformative journey that invites us to reclaim our identity, nurture our passions, and cultivate resilience. It's an opportunity to explore new horizons, learn from our experiences, and surround ourselves with supportive influences. By embracing self-growth, we empower ourselves to navigate the complexities of our emotions while paving the way for a brighter, more fulfilling future. As we invest in ourselves, we honor our journey and create a life that reflects our true essence. Staying committed to your inner peace is a vital aspect of navigating the often tumultuous waters of emotional detachment. In a world that can feel chaotic and unpredictable, cultivating a sense of inner tranquility is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. When we choose to focus on our inner peace, we create a sanctuary within ourselves, a place where we can retreat to recharge, reflect, and regain clarity amidst external challenges. To begin this commitment, it's essential to understand what inner peace truly means. It is more than just the absence of conflict or stress. It is a profound sense of harmony within ourselves. It encompasses our thoughts, emotions, and overall state of being. When we are at peace internally, we are less affected by external circumstances, able to respond rather than react to situations. This shift in mindset allows us to approach life's challenges with grace and resilience, rather than being swept away by the turbulence of our emotions. Maintaining inner peace requires intentional practices and habits that nurture our mental and emotional well-being. One effective method is mindfulness. By cultivating mindfulness, we train ourselves to be present in the moment, fully engaging with our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This practice can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to breathe deeply, observe our surroundings, or engage in meditation. When we anchor ourselves in the present, we reduce anxiety about the future and regrets about the past, creating a space where peace can flourish. Another crucial aspect of staying committed to your inner peace is learning to let go of negativity. This includes not only external negativity from others, but also our internal narratives that can be self-critical or harsh. When we recognize these patterns, we can consciously choose to release them. This might mean reframing negative thoughts into more positive or neutral statements, or it may involve setting boundaries with individuals who bring toxicity into our lives. By consciously removing sources of negativity, we create an environment that is conducive to inner calm. Self-care also plays a pivotal role in nurturing inner peace. It is essential to prioritize our physical, emotional, and mental health. This can involve creating a daily routine that includes activities that replenish our energy and bring us joy, such as exercise, reading, or spending time in nature. When we engage in self-care, we send a message to ourselves that we are worthy of love and attention. This self-nurturing not only enhances our well-being, but also reinforces our commitment to maintaining peace within. Moreover, staying committed to your inner peace means developing emotional intelligence. This involves becoming more aware of our emotions, understanding their origins, and learning how to manage them effectively. When we are emotionally intelligent, we can navigate difficult feelings without becoming overwhelmed by them. This awareness allows us to respond to emotional triggers with a sense of calm, rather than allowing them to dictate our reactions. Developing emotional intelligence empowers us to approach challenging situations with a level head, fostering a deeper sense of inner peace. Engaging in activities that align with our values can also significantly enhance our sense of inner peace. When we live in alignment with our core beliefs, we experience a sense of fulfillment and purpose. This might involve pursuing passions, contributing to causes we care about, or surrounding ourselves with people who uplift and inspire us. By aligning our actions with our values, we create a harmonious existence that nurtures our peace of mind. It's also important to cultivate gratitude as part of our commitment to inner peace. Practicing gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. By regularly reflecting on the positive aspects of our lives, we foster a mindset that appreciates the present moment, helping to counteract feelings of discontent or restlessness. Keeping a gratitude journal can be a simple yet effective way to remind ourselves of the beauty and abundance that exists in our lives, even during challenging times. Lastly, staying committed to your inner peace involves a willingness to embrace change and uncertainty. Life is inherently unpredictable, and attempting to control every aspect can lead to frustration and anxiety. When we accept that change is a natural part of life, we can approach it with a sense of openness and curiosity rather than fear. This acceptance allows us to navigate transitions with greater ease, fostering a sense of inner calm, regardless of external circumstances. In conclusion, committing to your inner peace is an ongoing journey that requires intentionality, self-awareness, and self-care.